Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's Thought for the Day, December the 18th. The readings for today are Job 22, Haggai 1 and 2, and the 1st of John, chapter 5. The theme for today's thought is empty nothings. At the end of the book of Job, we read how God rebukes Eliphaz and his two friends who have argued with Job. God tells them, "You have not spoken to me what is right." Chapter 40, verse 11. Today, we read chapter 22, the third speech of Eliphaz, who is reacting to Job's complaint that the friends comfort me with empty nothings. "There is left of your answers but falsehood," he exclaims, chapter 21, verse 34. Consider the response of Eliphaz. Can we see how wrong he is? Can a man be profitable to God? He asks. Surely he who is wise is profitable to himself. Is it any pleasure to the Almighty if you are in the right? Or is it gain to him if you make your ways blameless? 22 verses 2 and 3. There is a half-truth in his implication that we cannot be profitable to God. But it is to God's glory if we behave wisely with the wisdom that comes down from above. Let us remember our reading in James 3 verses 13 to 18 earlier this month. "And there is joy in heaven over every sinner that repents." Luke 15 verse 7, that is. It is clear that Eliphaz and his two friends have a total mindset that when things go wrong in the life of a human being, then this is a punishment for some sin. Even the disciples thought this way. In John chapter 9 and verse 2, for example, when they asked Jesus concerning a blind man, "Who sinned, this man, or his parents, that he was born blind?" Jesus had to correct them. The ways that God thinks are far beyond the way we think. Isaiah 55 verse 8 and 9 for that. Yet the more we read God's word day after day, year after year, the more we can tune into his wavelength. Those who do not do this so often utter empty nothings, like saying God is purely a God of love. Love has been a key word in John's epistles, and we have seen it's significant that the word love does not occur in the book of Job. Yet, God blessed the latter days of Job, chapter 40 verse 12, and showed his love towards him by the blessings he received. By the same principle, he will bless us if we speak of God, that which is right. And Job did, and also, of course, do that which is right. The foundation for this is laid when we read God's word every day. Thank you for listening, and thank you for joining us for today's Thought for the Day. If you enjoyed the thought, please share it with others and join us again tomorrow for another Thought for the Day. And remember, as you go about your business today, do all to the glory of God, remembering that the antidote to sin is not just not to sin, but to do good. Thank you, and God bless.